Yo, what's going on, guys? Savage here. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback about my gameplay breakdowns. So today I'm bringing you guys a duo gameplay where me and my teammate Swolzen are going absolutely crazy in duos. This was actually our third win of the night. We were 3-0. We hadn't lost a game. We were on fire. It's a little bit of a slower game for me, but I like this match better because we utilize different tactics that I really want to emphasize on. But guys, before we get into it, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel today. Join the Wolf Pack. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 200 likes. And if you guys are interested in any live streams, check me out on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. All right, guys, so I normally don't recommend dropping hangers, especially if you're trying to get used to the game and learn the game. However, me and Swolzen, we just decided to full send this one because we were already on a win streak. We just were feeling ourselves. So we went ahead and dove here anyway. Now, guys, if you watched my last video, one of my tips is disable auto parachute. If you disable auto parachute, it won't automatically pull when you're 1,000 feet in the air. As you notice here, I pull it out pretty late, basically almost to the point of breaking my ankles, and I go ahead and proceed to loot. Now, guys, if you land hangers and there's no bounties around you, go ahead and just loot what you can and try your best to rotate and find a bounty or money. But if you guys notice, even while we're looting, me and Swolzen are staying relatively together. We're not going to loot the same building because we want to spread out the loot between both of us, but we're staying relatively close together in case somebody does sneak up on us. We can both counteract them. The last thing you want to do is tunnel vision on looting. Put yourself in a bad position to where if you get shot, you're kind of on your own and you're probably going to get annihilated. It's early game. You have bad weapons. You have little plates. You know, you really need to stay together in case something like that happens. All right, as you can see, my teammate Swolzen has spotted an enemy on the map. He sees something I cannot, so he goes ahead and pings it for me and lets me know this is the hangar he's at. Guys, again, always utilize your pings. Make sure, guys, when you ping and your team is aware of where the ping's at, go ahead and remove it, because if you notice while you're looking at the ping, it can get a little blurry. So if an enemy steps in front of that ping or behind that ping, it's going to be real hard to see them and shoot at them. But we approach the hangar with caution. I come in from one angle, my teammate's on the front side of the hangar. Again, always surprise the enemy at 2 different points. Now here, I really messed this one up for multiple reasons. One, I should have just shot this guy and downed him instead of wasting my airstreak. That was not going to kill him in the first place. I don't know what I was thinking on this. That was a mistake. Make sure you hold on to your kill streaks unless you absolutely need it. I was on no pressure. We didn't need to suppress him for anything. It was literally a 2v1 fight. I guess I got hungry for the kill. I'm not really sure. But as you see, not only did I waste my airstrike, but I kind of stood right in the way to almost get shot by it. So guys, hold on your kill streaks. Don't do what I did. Big mistake on my part. So we know we killed this guy. We know his teammates in the next building. The thing to do, of course, would be to push. Now, I don't know why the enemy's not sitting in the window. They got great position. They can just sit here and bait the loot. But as you see, we're popping in, we're popping out, we're grabbing the loot that we need, and we're going to go ahead and head out. We have enough money to go ahead for the buy station. Guys, buying your loadout is your first and foremost goal. It is. You may need to get a bounty to get the loadout, but at the end of the day, your first initial goal is to get your loadout. So we're going to actually bail from this fight. Sometimes swallow your ego. It's not about your ego. It's about playing smart. We're going to bail from the fight and we're going to get our loadout. And since we know we're going to push a fight, instead of me getting self-res and things like that, I'm going to go ahead and buy a UAV because we're going to be pushing an area that these guys can be camping in. We know they don't have ghosts because we were just there with our heartbeat sensors. So we're going to go ahead and get the UAV. So when we do decide to push them, we can see where they're at. You know, sometimes you make a plan in your head and audibles get thrown out. I used the UAV, and instead of pushing the team we initially wanted to push, we noticed there's a guy sitting over here in the rocks by himself. So we're going to go ahead and take him out. One, it's an easy 2v1. If you're assuming it's 2v1, again, even if you see one blip, always be ready for teammates. So we're going to try to chase this guy down. He ended up actually just going to his teammate. I guess his teammate's the one on the 4-wheeler. So now it's a 2v2 fight, but these guys still have no idea we're coming. So it's a 2v2 gunfight. Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume these guys knew we were coming because one, his teammate was near us when we bought our stash. So it's not like he was absolutely oblivious. And two, when UAVs are called in, guess what? All enemies are notified. Now notice the 2 enemies are spread out, but me and Swolzen are still staying together. Instead of 1v1ing these guys, we're staying together so we can 2v1 these guys. Make sure you're staying with your teammates in case something goes astray. This guy right here is just laying down prone. As you see, I round the corner jumping. You can slide cancel, you can b-hop, or you can just round the corner and jump. People will be taken by surprise. They're usually just aimed at one area waiting for that head to come through. If you jump, their headshot's screwed up and they start spraying. If you slide through, their headshot's messed up and they start spraying as well because they start panicking. But of course, guys, the name of the game in Warzone is Third Party Central, right? They should just rename the game that because that's what it feels like every time I play. If you guys notice in this fight, my teammate's still at the front of the hangar and I'm going to run through the back of the hangar to change my angle. Again, guys, players will see a target or 2 targets or a team of targets, and that's all they know in their head. So in their head, they're playing it out as if that's exactly where the enemies are going to be at. But you throw an audible and you change your angle and come up from the backside, from the top, from the right or the left, and they're not expecting it, you're going to see happen exactly what happened here. Come up from behind an enemy and knock them down before you can get the execute off. All right, guys, so strategy I always tell you guys, if you want to play slow and play for wins and play for kills, is play the edge of the circle. Now, with the new 200 BR mode, this is not for that. The strategy is not for 200 players, but if you're playing duos and trios, this strategy is still in effect. As you can see, he's not on heartbeat. I know exactly where he's at, and he rounds the corner and he's dead. Guys, you want to gatekeep the blue, but the last thing you want to do is run from the blue. As you can see, we're kind of doing the exact same thing right here. Basically, the enemy was running from the blue to the point where if he would have stopped to shoot at us, he would have taken damage and ultimately ended his life. And we're kind of in the same position. So if there was a team in front of us waiting for us to come out the blue, we would have the same fate as the guy we just killed. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this four-wheeler. My teammate, unfortunately, is going to die, so I'm gonna try to make it out without him. This is a very unfortunate drive. I don't drive in this game, so don't judge me. But again, guys, in my tip video the other day, utilize your gas mask. A lot of people would have panicked, backed out, freaked out, been like, oh, just ran. Analyze the entire situation. I saw a vehicle there. I knew the gas was going to hit me regardless, but I had a gas mask with 5 ticks on it. Yes, I wasted my gas mask, but we'll probably find another one here soon. So if you're in duos game and you're in a position where you're by yourself, you need to avoid fights. These guys here just put some shots on me. They're going to take some couple more shots and almost kill me, but there's no shame in running away from the enemy if you're outnumbered, outpositioned, and, well, damaged. You see right here, I'm taking shots at, so I'm keeping my body to the right side of this ravine. If I would have crossed the ravine, they would have had an angle on me, and they would have probably killed me since I only had about 20 HP with no plates. But I hugged the right side, allowed my health to come back, me to get safe, and here I am in the compound. Of course, downtown is my most hated area, just like probably most players in the game. I'm gonna heartbeat just in case, and I'm gonna get on the high ground until my teammate comes back. Guys, make sure you're practicing 1v1s. Make sure you're practicing with these guns that are in the gulag. Winning your gulag is one of the greatest things you can do for your team. One, it saves them money, and two, if you come back, you can now help your teammate out. You do notice that my teammate does land way away from me. I definitely don't recommend that for multiple reasons. We know that there was an enemy up there on blue mark. That's exactly where I got shot at. That's exactly where I ran from, but I made a mistake. Swolzen was dead. He had no idea, and I did not mark the hill, nor did I warn him that there's a team there. So of course, when he lands over there, he's welcomed by that exact same team, and we're gonna get the hell out of here. So I go and pick him up. Again, guys, I don't really like using vehicles, but if there's a situation where I need to get out quick, we're gonna utilize the vehicles. So we notice there's a team here. I go ahead and mark it just in case. And 2 guys are sitting on the roof. Guys, these gas station roofs will be the death of you. Stop sitting on gas station roofs. 1, it's such a low building that you can shoot an enemy and down him from the ground. 2, look at all these roofs around them. If there would have been another team on the roofs around them, they would have been dead. Now, unfortunately, I did die to C4 because of what? Because I got on the roof to try to get the execute like a dumbass. Don't go for the execute, guys. Try to play the situation. I knew that the second teammate was on the ground. I should have chased him down with my teammate. Luckily, he got the kill. All right, guys, so the shock and awe system of this game is basically just take a vehicle and drive at people Mach 5 and jump out. You kind of want to park your vehicle away from the enemy a little bit. As you see right here, we parked the vehicle a little bit away from the enemy, which gives us the time to flank from 2 positions. As you can see, the enemy is targeting my teammate, and what do? Come up from a whole different angle the enemy doesn't even expect. Again, tunnel vision, guys. The enemy got tunnel vision in that fight. He saw my teammate. He worried about him. He didn't check his surroundings. He didn't try to get... What I would have done in that enemy situation is ping the guy that you saw and then quickly back out of that fight and look around and make sure everything's safe. And if you are safe, go ahead and continue with the fight, or turn up your volume and sound whore. All right, so right here, we know there's a team on the buy station in the house. As you see here, we're just going to suppress fire on the window and try to get him to plate up. Because why? Because we're being shot from behind. So now we're between 2 teams in a very, very bad position. So because we put damage on the guy inside the house, he's going to be plating up. While he's plating up, my teammate will push the building and 1v1 him, hopefully. There might be 2 in there, but hopefully a 1v1. While he's taking care of the guy in the window, I'm going to go ahead and suppress these guys and make them back the hell off. A lot of times people will panic and just focus the wrong guy. A lot of people will just focus the guy in the window and take the bullets coming from the south. And not me. I'm not getting peppered from behind. I hate getting third party with the passion. I'm gonna make sure if they try it, we're gonna make them back the hell off. So we heard shots at this house, so we're gonna go ahead and push it. When it comes to clearing houses in general, not just a particular house, make sure you're always checking your angles. I thought I heard a footstep, so I go ahead and throw a stun in there just in case. I'm checking the corners, I'm clearing it. My teammate says he hears footsteps down here, sees a dead body, so of course we know there's another person down here. Whether he was on the same team or not, there's definitely another guy down there because we had just heard shots and there's a dead body there. Now, guys, don't camp basements. I don't think I've ever been killed by a basement camper before. It's a real bad tactic. It's a good way to get pinched from 2 sides. Now, at this point, we're on the edge of the circle. We're on the low side of the map. What we want to do, which we want to try to do, is get to higher position. So the circle kind of pushed us in an unfortunate area. We're on the bridge right now. I hate the bridge, but it's not the worst spot in this area. The only problem with the bridge is you have a bunch of rooftops that have angles on us. We see a helicopter on the roof to my right. We know there's people on the roof to our left. We're about to fight them. And we have these giant little crane things behind us. It's a very dangerous spot. This guy knew we were coming and he decided to hightail it, turn his back to us and run away. Bad play. If you and your teammates are on the roof, guys, don't run from the fight. You can back off from the fight, but this guy literally with no cover just turn around and let us shoot him in the back. All right, so guys, take a lesson from this. I see this a lot. Now, these endings are pretty rare, but when they do end around a gas station, guys, the last thing you want to do is be by the fuel pumps. There's no cover by the fuel pumps. Basically, if you're on one side of the fuel pump and I change my position another 6 feet to the left or to the right, I'm going to be able to see you hiding behind the fuel pumps. So guys, stay away from gas stations as much as possible. All right, so now we're pushing the gas station. There's another person sitting in here. It could be 2 dots, it could be 1, we don't know, so we approach it like it's 2. I wait to hear the enemy pop his reload, so basically I can hear him reloading, and as soon as he does, we blow through the door. I take out one guy, my teammate comes in from another angle from the front window and takes out his teammate as well. So basically what happened was we put this team in an awkward position. The guy I killed was in the middle of reloading. I bust in the side door. I go ahead and kill him. Meanwhile, his teammate transitions his focus from his door to me. When he transitioned his focus to me and now it's a 1v1 fight, my teammate busted in through the front window and killed him before that dude even shot me. Pretty great play. Again, guys, always approach buildings from multiple angles, always approach targets from multiple angles, change your position regularly. This part of the map is awesome. I love this part of the map. Use the trenches to your advantage. You're pretty safe in these things. Now, of course, I hate these cranes. I just said it. And my teammate marks that there's one up there. So I'm going to sit there and wait for him to jump out so I can get my shots off and hopefully kill him while he's parachuting. However, you know, sometimes I have bad shots, and that was a bad shot right there. I didn't even break his armor. So now we're going to have to find another way to kill him. So now we know there's an enemy in the southwest trying to make his way to the circle. We're going to try our best to get the position and kill him before he gets safe. At the end of when it comes to the end of the game, you want to get better position before the enemy does. If you know there's a spot you need to be at, if you know that this is the best position in the map, grab it before another team does, because if another team grabs it, good luck getting it back from them. As you can see, as I'm going through here and I'm clearing buildings, I'm checking my right, I'm checking my left, I'm jumping around, jumping through the doorway and ADSing on the corners. You always want to assume that people in the corners. Of course, you can't clear every corner and every building in the map. Of course not. But a little shed like that, it doesn't take any second to peek to the right and then jump in through the left and get your shots off. But now here we are in a 2v3 situation. There's 3 teams up, so we know we have us 2. There's a 2-man and a solo somewhere. So there's gunshots in front of us to the 100. As you see, I'm ADSing towards where I hear the gunshots. I don't see tracers. I don't see any dead bodies. I don't see anybody. But we know there's your shots coming from this area. So my teammate's going to keep his focus on here, and I'm going to transition for a hot second and check our north. I want to make sure nobody's rotating behind us. I want to make sure this area is clear. Just because you hear shots going on doesn't mean that's the only people on the map. Make sure you're clearing the entire surrounding so you don't get shot in the back. And that's exactly what I just did. As you can see, my teammate's on a rock. He has hard cover. I'm kind of bouncing around, kind of baiting shots. Hopefully one of them has a sniper so we can get an exact ping of where he's at. The team starts shooting at the other enemy, and I'm like, hey, while they're in a fight, let's go ahead and push the right side. So that's exactly what we do. So we start making our way to the right side. Meanwhile, while we're pushing, that 2-man does happen to kill the solo. So now we're in a 2v2 situation. So we're assuming these guys have no idea where we're at unless they see us from this point on. We haven't shot, we haven't gotten any kills, we haven't been killed, and we haven't really peeked too much. So these guys should be pretty clueless where we're at. Now, we have the best position. We have the buildings. You see a lot of times players leaving their position to chase down the second team. These guys aren't safe. These guys have to move, but they have the high ground. Again, guys, don't leave your position to push the enemy. So I go ahead and use the broken graw, and I get my knock, and we go ahead and use our airstrikes to get the execution. It's into the game. Use your airstrikes, use your precision strikes to get the execution, guys. There's no sense in holding on. You doesn't carry it over to the next game. And of course, there's the last teammate sitting by the rocks, and we get the kill. Guys, I know it wasn't a high kill game for me, but it was a lot of fighting. I got about 5,000 damage that game. My teammate dropped 20 bomb. I only dropped 7. But it is what it is, guys. I wanted to give you guys this gameplay because there's a lot of strategy in this, and I just felt like it was a lot better to show you guys. The more effective your teamwork, the better your teamwork gets, the more you guys will win. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys share this video with your teammates. But guys, y'all have a good one, and good luck in Warzone. Yo, what's going on, guys? Savage here. Again, I really wanted to give you guys this gameplay because I felt this is one of the best to show you guys how to have effective teamwork. But guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out my how-to videos on the side over here. Y'all have a good one, and good luck in the update.